Before the United States existed, this land belonged to Native Americans. Hundreds of tribes lived here, each with its own culture, language, and traditions. They lived close to nature and survived through hunting, farming, and trade. In 1492, Christopher Columbus arrived in the New World. Soon after, Europeans began exploring and claiming land. This marked the beginning of major change and conflict. Spain, France, and Britain competed for control. Each power built settlements and expanded territory. Britain eventually became the strongest influence. Britain established 13 colonies along the East Coast. Colonists worked hard, but were controlled by British laws. Tensions slowly began to grow. Colonial life was difficult. People farmed, traded, and built small towns. Despite hard work, colonists lacked political freedom. Britain imposed heavy taxes on the colonies. The colonists had no voice in British Parliament. Anger and resistance spread rapidly. In protest, colonists dumped British tea into Boston Harbor. This act of rebellion shocked Britain. The path to revolution had begun. In 1775, fighting broke out between colonists and British soldiers. The American Revolutionary War had started. Freedom was now worth fighting for. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence was written. Thomas Jefferson declared freedom from British rule. America officially claimed independence. George Washington led the colonial army. Despite limited resources, his leadership inspired the people. Against all odds, the colonies survived. In 1783, Britain accepted defeat. America became an independent nation. A new chapter in history began. The Founding Fathers created the U.S. Constitution. It defined laws, rights, and government structure. This document shaped the nation's future. George Washington became the first president. He set strong traditions and leadership standards. America began building stability. Americans moved west in search of land and opportunity. Railroads and settlements expanded rapidly. Native Americans suffered greatly during this expansion. Slavery became the nation's biggest conflict. Southern states depended on slave labor. The nation stood divided. In 1861, the Civil War erupted. North fought South over slavery and unity. Brother fought against brother. President Abraham Lincoln led during the darkest times. He believed all men should be free. His leadership changed history. The Civil War ended in 1865. Slavery was abolished, but healing the nation would take time. The South was rebuilt after the war. Former slaves gained legal freedom. However, equality remained a struggle. Factories, railroads, and machines transformed America. Cities grew rapidly. America became an industrial power. Millions of immigrants arrived seeking opportunity. They believed in the American dream. Life was hard, but hope was strong. America entered World War I in 1917. Its involvement helped end the war. America gained global influence. In the 1930s, the economy collapsed. Millions lost jobs and homes. Hope seemed lost. President Roosevelt introduced reforms. Government programs helped people survive. America slowly recovered. America entered World War II after Pearl Harbor. The nation united like never before. Victory changed America forever. After World War II, America became a global leader. Its economy and military grew powerful. The world looked to America. America and the Soviet Union competed for power. Nuclear weapons and space races defined the era. Fear and tension ruled the world. African Americans fought for equal rights. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. inspired change. America took steps toward justice. America led in computers, internet, and space. Silicon Valley reshaped the world. Innovation became America's strength today. America faces new challenges, but its story is one of resilience. From colonies to superpower, America's journey continues. In the 1950s, America entered the Korean War. It was a fight against the spread of communism. The war ended without a clear victory, but shaped U.S. foreign policy. AR of communism spread inside America. People were accused without proof. This era was known as McCarthyism. America and the Soviet Union competed in space. Technology became a symbol of power. The race pushed scientific innovation forward. In 1969, America achieved the impossible. Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. It was a historic moment for mankind. America entered a long and painful war in Vietnam. Thousands of lives were lost. The nation became deeply divided. Many Americans protested against the Vietnam War. Young people demanded peace. This changed how Americans viewed government decisions. President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. The nation was shocked. Questions remain unanswered. Even Toda chapter laws were passed to end racial discrimination. Segregation was declared illegal. This marked progress toward equality. Dr. King preached nonviolence and unity. His speeches inspired millions. His legacy still lives on. Women demanded equal rights and opportunities. They fought for education and jobs. Society slowly began to change. President Nixon resigned after the Watergate scandal. Trust in government was shaken. America learned the importance of accountability. Inflation and oil shortages hurt the economy. Life became expensive. America faced tough times. Ronald Reagan promoted free markets and strong defense. Taxes were cut. America regained confidence. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1991. The Cold War came to an end. America emerged as the world's only superpower. America led a coalition to liberate Kuwait. The war was short but impactful. Military technology was displayed to the world. Computers and the internet changed daily life. Information became instantly accessible. The digital age began. Terrorist attacks shocked America and the world. Thousands lost their lives. America was forever changed. America launched wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Security became a top priority. Debates over freedom and safety increased. New security laws were introduced. Airports and borders became stricter. Safety came with sacrifice. Banks collapsed and jobs were lost. The housing market crashed. Recovery took years. America elected its first African-American president. Hope and change became symbols. The nation moved toward inclusion. Healthcare became a national debate. Millions gained insurance. The system continued to evolve. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube reshaped communication. Voices became global. Information spread faster than ever. American movies, music, and fashion spread worldwide. Hollywood shaped global culture. Soft power became strong power. Americans became deeply divided politically. Trust between parties declined. Unity became a challenge. A global pandemic disrupted life. Millions were affected. America faced health and economic crises. People protested against racial injustice. Voices demanded change. America reflected on its values. AI and automation reshaped industries. The future of work changed. America remained an innovation leader. Environmental concerns grew stronger. America debated climate responsibility. The future of the planet became urgent. America's story is still being written. Challenges remain, but hope continues. The journey of the United States goes on. Long before the United States existed, this land was home to Native American civilizations. They built communities, followed spiritual traditions, and lived in balance with nature. Tribes like the Cherokee, Apache, Sioux, and Iroquois shaped early American history. Native Americans had advanced systems of governance, medicine, and agriculture. They respected land as sacred, not property. Their way of life would soon face destruction. Europe searched for new trade routes and wealth. Exploration became a race for power, gold, and influence. This curiosity would change the world forever. Columbus reached the Americas, believing he found Asia. His arrival marked the start of European colonization. For natives, it marked the beginning of tragedy. Spain claimed vast territories. Disease, violence, and forced labor destroyed native populations. European dominance began to rise. France focused on trade. Britain focused on settlement. British colonies grew faster and stronger. Conflict over land became inevitable. In 1607, Jamestown became the first permanent English settlement. Life was harsh, food was scarce, survival was uncertain. But colonization continued. The colonies expanded along the East Coast. Each colony developed its own economy and culture. Unity was weak, but identity was forming. Many settlers came seeking religious freedom. Church and belief shaped daily life. America slowly became a land of diverse faiths. African slaves were brought for labor. Slavery became central to the colonial economy. This injustice would haunt America for centuries. Farming, shipping, and trade fueled growth. Britain controlled commerce through strict laws. Colonists began to feel exploited. Britain increased taxes after wars in Europe. Colonists had no representation. Anger began to rise. Protests spread across colonies. Political groups formed. The idea of independence was born. British soldiers killed colonial civilians. This event shocked the colonies. Tensions escalated rapidly. Colonists dumped tea into the harbor. It was a bold act of rebellion. Britain responded with force. British punishment united the colonies. Militias formed war, became unavoidable. Shots fired at Lexington and Concord. The colonies officially entered war. Freedom now required sacrifice. In 1776, America declared independence. The document promised equality and liberty. A new nation was born on paper. Washington led the army with determination. His leadership inspired hope. Victory seemed impossible, but belief remained. The army lacked supplies and training. Harsh winters tested morale, yet perseverance kept the cause alive. France aided the colonies. This support changed the war's direction. Victory became possible. Britain surrendered in 1783. America became free. The real challenge now began governing. Leaders debated how to rule. Fear of tyranny shaped decisions. Democracy was carefully designed.